Well, good morning and welcome to Lehigh Gorge State Park. I am parked at the Glen Onoko Access, and today I'm going to be attempting a 7.1 mile loop hike that I'm calling the Lehigh Gorge Rim Trail Loop. And we're going to be starting at the base of the gorge here at Glen Onoko. We're going to be climbing nearly 900 feet, almost straight up right away, and then checking out a waterfall and walking along the rim of the gorge. It's a brutally cold 10-degree morning. Wind chills are expected to reach 5 to 10 below zero. Several inches of snow on the ground, but I'm looking forward to it. It should be a great hike. And thanks for joining me. I do appreciate you. Now let's go get that nature, adventure, and discovery. All right, that bright sun is shining now, even though it's only about 11 degrees. I'm beginning to overheat. It's a very steep climb. It reminds me a lot of the Appalachian Trail as you're climbing towards the pinnacle. At any rate, I should point this out. The official trail up Glen Onoko Run is closed and has been closed for a long time. It's considered extremely dangerous, especially in these kind of conditions, and it's been closed. So we are going on a little bit of a bypass called the Overlook Trail, but it is going to take us to the top of Glen Onoko Run, which features several really spectacular waterfalls. I do believe we'll be able to see one waterfall at the top known as Cave Falls. But I'm on the trail, it's red blazed, and we're continuing on, and just had to make that point of reference about the actual Glen Onoko Trail, which runs along the stream in the hollow. So that trail is not open. Absolutely gorgeous out here, and it is a steep climb, but it's going to be worth it. I can hear Glen Onoko, the run, to my left. We're above the hollow. The water's running, but this is classic eastern Pennsylvania, very rocky terrain. But man, when you get some snow on the ground, winter hiking is the best. So quiet, so peaceful out here. Sorry, I'm out of breath, but it's such a blessing to be out here. It's wonderful. My face is a little frozen, so I'm having trouble talking, but I'm loving it. So the trail has begun to level off now. We're in this lovely pine forest. I can hear running water. I think at any rate the bulk of the climb, we've done it already, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. But I hear running water, so let's see if we can get some shots of Glen Onoko. Oh God, it's so beautiful in here. Oh my God. It's an absolute winter wonderland in here at the top of Cave Falls. So beautiful. Hemlock, rhododendron. The snow is still draping on all the trees and bushes. Oh wow, this is special. Thank you for joining me here on this adventure today. It's going to be a great one. It already is, and I do appreciate you. Incredibly beautiful scene here with the early morning light, the top of the falls behind me. There's a path behind the camera. I'm going to try to make my way down to get a better look at the waterfall proper before we continue along the ridge hike. But waterfalls in the winter that are still flowing with a little bit of ice and snow, to me, that's the most beautiful. It even beats fall. So I'm in my nirvana right now. This is wonderful out here. This is so great. That was the spectacular, icy Cave Falls, and we are now making our way roughly northbound on the Overlook Trail or Rim Trail. It is just awesome up here. I'm beginning to have some issues with the batteries in my camera and my phone, so I gotta try to keep that stuff as warm as possible, but just loving it out here. So incredible. Got a small cave here. Maybe this is where the name Cave Falls came from. It's a crevice cave. Looks like it goes back about 15 feet, a little bit of trash in the cave. You gotta be a really narrow, skinny guy to get back in there. I'm not gonna try it, but another point of interest here on this amazing hike so far. Pretty nice up here right now. fairly easy going. There's a lot of rocks, but they're not the sharp pointy rocks. They're rounded off ones. I'd say we have about 2 to 3 inches of snow on the top of the mountain here. All the terrain looks fairly similar. It's up to about 17 degrees right now, so it's warming up, and it doesn't feel too bad. A little bit of wind is starting to pick up. That could be as we are entering deeper into the gorge, and I think there's another view coming up pretty soon, but you know, what you see is what you get. Walking right on the edge, it's just pretty awesome. It's a pretty special place. Just an incredible ridgeline walk here with really, you're not going to get better views than this here in the far eastern section of Pennsylvania, especially winter time where it's open. I'm not sure how much you'd be able to see in the summer, but this is turning out to be one of the best trails I've done this year. It's a candidate for Trail of the Year. Wow guys, what an incredible view here from Hetchel's Tooth Cliff on this bend in the Lehigh River. It looks so wild and so beautiful down there. The only thing that would make this any better is if a train would come by on the tracks down there. We can see all the way down to the river. I can hear it, and that icy cold water, the train tracks, the snow. Man, this is one of the nicest views I've come across. One of the best views I've seen in eastern Pennsylvania for sure. Wow. This right here, this is why we hike. For places like this, for moments like this. Get up at 4 o'clock in the morning on your weekend day off. It's 5 degrees below zero wind chill. Driving in the dark. Couldn't get my car door open. Sometimes you think you feel a little crazy, you know? And then you come out here and you're like, oh yeah, yeah, this is why you do it. Every time I come to this Lehigh Gorge State Park area, I just fall more and more in love with it. It's such a special place. Man, this is just awesome. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. This is Pennsylvania perfect. How amazing was that overlook? Hetchel Tooth Cliff. And we're continuing on now. I should point out I am following the All Trails app. There's a number of side trails and offshoots through this area. Like I said, we were on state game land, so there's hunters trails and things like that. But everything's been pretty easy to follow so far. We're heading into a bit of an interior forest now, and things are looking a little different here. And no footprints out here, so this is unbroken ground now. But we're on some kind of road here, and I'm gonna have to follow the app carefully here to stay on course. So I've been out here for about 3 hours now, and I need to maybe pick up the pace a little bit because I still got a long ways to go. The next main feature we should be crossing is a power line right of way, and I'm just continuing on this state game land road. I'm following these tracks here, and I don't know if that's fox or coyote, I guess. I don't. It's definitely not a dog because there's no human footprints out here. But this is what it's looking like out here right now. Looking for that power line right of way. So we have just crossed the power line right of way. And I had seen a report that if you walk down that power line, there's another viewpoint into the gorge, but that would add another mile to our trip. And with all the filming and back and forth, a 7.1 mile hike would be turning into a 9.5 mile hike. And that's just a little much for what I want to do today. So we're continuing on. I did just pass a sign that said this is a prescribed burn area. So this forest looks like it's been burned out or something's going on here. But we're continuing on. We're looking for another vista known as the Oxbow Vista, which is supposed to be the best of all of them. So let's go get it. We're on a little spur trail now, right off of that game land road. And this is where having an app like All Trails really helps, because it put me right on it. And it should just be another 100 yards or so until we get another view here into the gorge. It looks like there's a little rock ledge right down there. I gotta be very careful, it's snow covered. Wow. What another incredible view. I mean, just spectacular. Eastern Pennsylvania, only an hour and a half, not even, from where I live in Philadelphia, this incredible Lehigh Gorge Canyon. Now, if you look at the top of this ridge line, you'll see that power pole, and that would have been the power line vista that I skipped over. But you can see that's a nice spot. Would have given you a nice view over the canyon, but pretty much the same view as this. But we'll be coming down that ridge somewhere, and we'll be getting on the D&L rail trail, and then we'll be following that back around, and the car is somewhere over that hill over that way. As if it was by design. Standing there on a rock, I was getting ready to pull off, taking the last couple pictures, and bang, I hear a noise, I hear a rumble. Freight train comes around the bend. It wasn't the steam locomotive, the excursion trains that they do from Jim Thorpe, but it was a train nonetheless. Incredible. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So from this point on, we're going to get back out on that state game land road, and we're going to be looking for a spur trail known as Rabbit Patch down to the Delaware and Lehigh. I don't think I'm going to film too much unless something really interesting comes along until we get down to the river, where it'll be a new, unique perspective. But so that's where we're at. It's now about 11:15, and I'm starting to get a little hungry. So still got about, I'd say, 3.5, 4 miles, maybe, yeah, about 3.5, something like that. I don't even know. We finally made it off of that state game land road. We're now on this little spur trail. Again, no one's been on it, unbroken, but you know, not heavy snow or anything. But this will take us down to the river, and then we'll be making our return on the Delaware and Lehigh rail trail, which we've been on before. So I don't think I'm going to film anything on this trail unless something crazy happens until we get down to the river. But you know, just want to make a point that this hike would be is considered probably a difficult hike, but I wouldn't say it really is, because you get it all in that first climb, which wasn't as bad as I thought, and then a good portion of this hike has been on that state game land road, which was easy hiking. So not too bad overall for a day where the temperature someone had a camp here at some point. There's some masonry, so there was a structure here. This is old leftover debris. There was a camper cabin here, and there was even an outhouse that's still standing. Wow, this is interesting. Some more debris over there. So I guess if you're doing this loop and you gotta go, there's a bathroom here. Holy crap, literally. Look at this. Well, like I said, if I found something interesting, I'd show it to you. I'd say that qualifies. All right, let's continue on. We just crossed the railroad tracks. We're now on the rail trail, and we've made it all the way down to the base of the Lehigh Gorge, and you can see how dark it is down here. It's nearly midday and the sun hasn't yet hit the valley here. So very steep, especially on the opposite side of the river. And now we got a nice easy walk of about 2, maybe a little over 2 miles, right back to where we parked. Shockingly beautiful scenes here on the banks of the semi-frozen Lehigh River here in Scenic, Pennsylvania. It's Pennsylvania perfect. What a sight. I think that's going to do it here from Lehigh Gorge State Park and State Game Land 141, the Lehigh Gorge Rim Trail Loop or something like that. One of the great day hikes I've done, certainly in eastern Pennsylvania. And down by that river, that icy river with that flow, so gorgeous. Thank you for joining me here for another adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you have any comments or any questions, let me know down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. You know that. That's about it. I'm filmed out, and I got this final stretch to go, and then I'll be heading home. Can't wait to look at the footage. All right, guys, thanks. I appreciate you. See you on the next one. Gator out. That's how you finish a video. All right.